scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another video. So we are back in the house of scrap doing our scrapbooking, housekeeping and fix and file. We're on album 2 of 2021 and there are 28 layouts in this album today. So this is one of these We Are Memory Keepers vinyl albums in that lime green colour, which is lovely. And I think I forgot to say this in my first video of 2021, but there are 165 layouts in 2021. So yeah, I think I had a bumper year after not doing so many in the previous couple of years, but I suppose things were starting to open up again, weren't they? We were doing more things and what have you, but yeah, 165, and that's layouts, so there's more pages than that because there will be some doubles. So yeah, it's 28 layers. So this one I'm showing you first is a little bit out of order because I just had to do a little bit of repair. Some of these gems were coming off, so I've put this one at the top because it's still drying. So this is it blue texture cardstock with white cardstock, a little bit of paper layering here. I think this was a sketch or something because it looks as though I'm doing sort of like a cluster here and a cluster here, which is not something I would ordinarily do. It's kind of a top left to bottom right, but it's got a cluster here and a little cluster here. So yeah, lots of stars here that I've punched out using my 2 punches. Wood stars, gem stars, little card candy pieces here, and the same in all the other areas. Looks like I've punched out a circle underneath the flare piece there. I've used my enamel accents here, and I've also used ink splatter, and this is that Simple Stories foam colour. Yes, no, it's not Simple Stories, is it? It's American Crafts foam, grey foam alpha. And I've done the journal at the bottom here, and I've drawn my own lines, and I've just said that I waited in the park with the doggies whilst my husband went to get fish and chips, and it was raining and we had no shelter. And this album in 2021 is when Elvis passed away, my dog. And I know this was the last time we were able to take him to the beach, so this was about 10 days before he passed away. So yeah, it's a real sort of precious memory, and there will be more Elvis layouts, I'm sure, in this album. So that's that one. I'm going to pop that to one side because that is still drying. So this is a half and half page with Buddy, 2 pattern papers. I've got washi tape along this line and washi tape along this line, which is not always, which I don't generally do. Staples as well. So this is sort of a central vertical design with top left to bottom right and extending, so it's a bit of everything. I've punched out circles and popped these 2 metal pieces on the top of that, and these don't have any twine coming out of them. The banner pieces here, that dog theme set that I had, banner, little doggy pieces with staples again. Doggy pieces, all doggy die cut pieces, and I've done stamping as well with my doggy themed stamp set. And this is a die cut piece that I've raised up, and I haven't put any journaling on here, but it's yeah, this is me on my treadmill with my Buddy, my companion, helping me. Half and half vertical page here, brown texture cardstock, white cardstock, a line of washi tape there with staples. All stamping. This is all stamping on this side with some little silk, you know, the gold bits from this alpha. So this is that gold glitter chipboard alpha, and then a die cut doggy piece and a little puffy heart there. And then I've got another die cut piece here with another metal piece and a die cut, a bit of washi tape here, stamping around. This is a piece of, so this is these pieces here is watercolour card that I got from a charity shop years ago. I got a whole stack of them. This is craft card, which came, like, I think it's 5x7, so I got a whole stack of those as well. And I've stamped a little bit of a frame around there with this 4x6 portrait photo of Chester. Just saying, life is not as much fun when my daddy is away. He's a real daddy's boy, that one. Black texture cardstock, brown texture cardstock, a very busy layout, definitely some kind of sketch or scrap lift. It's all sort of placed to the left, isn't it, with a filled corner here and then a filled corner here. And I don't know if you can see that key that I've stamped there. You see that? Yeah, that's a Tim Holtz stamp, that is. So lots of paper layering going on here. A wood compass here, corrugated tag, blue glitter, chipboard alpha, wood suitcase, a paperclip home, some twine coming out there, and a little icon used as a ring reinforcer there. All these die cut pieces must have come from like a travel theme, or there's some here as well with a bit of a staple and a puffy star, puffy heart. And then I've mixed this alphabet together. I obviously didn't have enough to do it all in one, so yeah, I've mixed this one. It's a foam alpha, and these two colours came in the pack. Our first house together, so, and a flare piece there. So yeah, this is our home on the mainland before we moved to the island. And then this looks like a 3x4 Project Life card, or Ellie Studio, or pocket page type card. And then I've said not our first home, but the first property we purchased together. We lived there for we lived in our previous home for 10 years. I've said there. I'm not over keen on this layout. Don't know why. It's a half and half with washi tape across the middle. So this is green cardstock, and this lovely fruity pattern paper. So I'm wondering if this was a sketch of some kind, because I've got two sort of panels here, haven't I, with a photo and then a cluster, a photo and a cluster. So I've got a doily here with that wood alpha, a little Coca-Cola sticker there, button, flare, puffies, little die cut pieces there. The photos framed onto green. So this is two 3x4 photos together, and then this is a full 4x6. And again, more of those die cut pieces, a bit of washi tape, a bramble fox type piece here that says family fun. Those puffy hearts again, phrase sticker. And I've just said, let's have lunch. We took the dogs to the park and then had lunch at the old smithy. First time eating out since COVID. So this was May 2021. And that's the three doggies in the park there, and my Elvis there. And this is me with my lunch. This is a throwback photo? It's sort of, it's 2018, it's not that much of a throwback photo. So this is white textured cardstock, and I think this must have been a design that I was following as well, with a filled corner up here. So this is, I've stenciled this here with my Tim Holtz stencil and added a little bit of green to it. Torn papers here layered with the 4x4 photo of me and Bud and Elvis there. Elvis right there with his toy. And this came from that pattern paper that I just cut apart several pieces for journaling spots. Tassel here. Elvis thought the riverbed was the beach. So Elvis was a bit obsessed with the beach. He absolutely loved going to the beach. And when we went along this riverside walk, you could get down to like the banks of the river, and I think he definitely thought it was the beach. He was waiting to play there. Mixed chipboard alphas here, and that lovely gold glitter alpha again that I'm utilising. Die cut piece here with a go see explore metal piece with a bit of baker's twine. Another one of those cut apart pieces, and an ampersand from the same alpha set. And this little piece, this is a wood piece here, stapled onto a cut out piece of one of these, and stapled, and that's the same alpha as the previous wood alpha. So this is sort of a 1/4, 3/4 layout, unusual design. Pattern paper here with the doggy themed pattern paper with just a strip on this side, perhaps 2 to 3, maybe 3 inches, it might be a bit less, and baker's twine that I've stapled in place. That lovely foam grey alpha, the one that annoys me because it came in 2 colours, 2 different shades in the different packets. So this must have been, I don't know whether this is possible that I made this design myself. Craft cardstock layered this 4x6 portrait photo of Buddy, and die cut doggy pieces again on this layout. Another one of those wood pieces with, I've looked as I've put some enamel accents into the centre of that. Some flare pieces here. I've been using my enamel accents as well in places. A little bit of stamping here, and then I've looked as I've cut out using my punch some journaling piece, some striped pattern paper, and used it as journaling. Buddy absolutely loves bubbles. He chases them and leaps after them. He does get a little crazy though, so we allow short bursts of fun. This is another throwback because this was 2018 as well. So there he is, leaping up to get the bubbles in the air. Yeah, he does love bubbles. This is another Elvis layout. So this is teal blue textured cardstock with this lovely journaling ledger pattern paper, possibly Chanel, not sure. 4x6 photo of Elvis here. Looks as I'm doing top left to bottom right with filled corners. So I've used a lot of the white enamel accents again. Stamped in this corner and a die cut piece in this corner. some of that wood alpha again, the glittered and coloured wood alpha with die cut doggy piece there, and wood alpha die cut pieces again, flare piece. And then Elvis had his first groom of the year, delayed due to lockdown. He must feel so much better. That's the journaling. And that's him looking very cute. So this is another Elvis layout. And this is another throwback to 2019. So this is green texture cardstock, blue texture cardstock, and this lovely coloured spotted pattern paper on the wood grain. Lovely. And this is, yeah, a sketch I'm pretty certain of. 4x6 portrait photo of Elvis with one of his most favourite toys, and we do still have that toy even though Elvis is no longer with us. Flare pieces, cork, die cut pieces here, puffies. This is a couple of card candy pieces here, little heart, puffy again there, little banner. This is the Chamel Alpha from Field Trip, I believe, and some little enamel accents. I must have been using them, and then a banner across here of the pattern paper. Yeah, I must have been using the enamel. That must have been a favoured product at this time. Light or beige texture cardstock with this lovely yellow pattern paper with white spots on it. This became an obsession at one time, using my punters to create paws on the pages. Yeah, I'd done that years ago, I think, and then I started doing it again. So yeah, so this is a bottom heavy layout, isn't it, with a centre embellishment piece at the top. Then I've added all these lovely wood hearts, flare pieces as well, a heart sticker with faux stitching. And then we've got this 4x6 photo of Elvis with the craft cardstock and the green textured cardstock as layers. Some little die cut pieces here with a puffies. Stamped the cloud here. Twine around the flare, which is something I've been doing a lot, probably in all these layouts. Tab by die cut piece here and a puffy. And I just said here, oh, and a little bit of stamping. We sat on the green after beach play and waited for our fish and chips. It rained. I managed to keep Elvis dry. So much rain in May. So this is documenting the same thing that I documented before, wasn't it? Did I use the same photo? Did I? I must have been imagining that because I can't find it now. So yeah, this is again the last time that we would have taken Elvis to the beach. Then on to this layout, which is pattern paper with these sort of red with stars on it. Top left to bottom right layout with some 6x8 pattern papers here layered, which I was talking about in a video recently. You won't see this until much later, this video, because I'm pre-recording it, but yeah, the way I like to use 6x8 paper pads or papers on my 12x12 layouts. Die cut pieces here with a bit of stapling, 2 paws stamped there, card candy pieces here, washi tape card candy flare, die cut cork piece, 4x6 landscape photo of Chester, puffy, stamping, flare, stamping, red Simple Stories foam alpha, and a 3x4 LE Studio card here, and I've stamped vet on there, and I've stamped here as well and stamped here. So I'm just saying that poor Chester had a little accident with his claw, and he had to go to the vet a couple of times for that. This is a very busy layout, isn't it? I love this pattern paper. I'm pretty certain that's Cartabella. Yep. So like a plaid type pattern. So I'm using the craft cardstock again here, or is that, no, I think that's a pattern paper actually. 6x8 sheet, and then I've added this 3x4 card here and one here, and then here as well, and then a full sheet here, 6x8, to pop the 2 4x6 landscape photos onto. So a couple of clusters going on here with the flare, the puffy and the metal. Flare, puffy, metal, twine. I've got some card candy elements in different places there. Green foam alpha, this lovely little foam black alpha, so that's my ball, and then a wood piece here that says friends, and I've done some stamping here as well, and a little puffy here. And I'm just saying that Buddy took a little too long picking up his ball, so Chester snuck in there and stole it, and then he's teasing Buddy. He's not teasing Buddy really, but you know. Buddy was not happy. He wanted his ball back. Brown textured cardstock, beige textured cardstock, filled corner here, and then sort of a bottom heavy layout again with a bit of extension of the elements. So a die cut piece and a puffy. This is that puffy alpha from the cheap shop. Some more puffies here. 3 flare pieces. Extended title down here, so this says do not disturb, and I've got this doggy themed pattern paper, like a banner piece of that going across. Bit of stamping on this die cut piece here, and then just 3 small photos of the doggies all asleep, and just saying that there is a 3-hour break in the boys' routine between 1 and 3/4. It is usually quiet time, especially if we are home alone. Of course, Elvis does usually start asking for his food an hour or so early. A bit of stamping there and an ampersand. Yeah, that's Elvis was very much obsessed with food towards the end of his life. Beige textured cardstock, white textured cardstock, and then a large banner piece of floral pattern paper going across here. And I've done a bit of journaling along the bottom, along the little section that I've left free there. So central 4x6 portrait photo with 2 sort of cards on a card either side, and a couple of flare pieces. Some of my little ladybird embellishment pieces there, and then quite a lot of puffies layered here. That title in that black small foam alpha, and a cork piece stamping here as well. And I've just said it's been a few years since we went to Mottiston. Chester and Buddy loved it. So this was, yeah, not too long after Elvis had passed away, and he wasn't able to go here because it was a little bit too much for him as he got older. But we went along this day and, you know, we were just talking about Billy and Elvis and how we used to take them there a lot when we first moved to the island and visited the island. And I've said it here, we talked about Billy and Elvis a lot and reminisced about the early years of visiting the Isle of Wight. Little stamped heart there. So this is pattern paper. Yes, it is pattern paper, but you can't really see the pattern. And then I've done, again, a thick banner piece going across here of striped pattern paper with a little bit showing at the bottom here. So lots of puffies across here, little die cut pieces, 2 4x6 photos of the 3 doggies at the beach, and a little stamped doggy there. Flare pieces in the corner here, and then 2 3x4 cards, and a little bit stamping. Puffies again. Everywhere. I must have had a pack of puffies or something. Oh, this was probably when I was getting the early studio kits. Black puffy alpha. And I've done like a little section for each of the dogs. I've done, because they've got little tabs on, this pre-printed card has got little tabs on it. So I've put Elvis, a little play and secret treats. Buddy focused on the ball. Chester very focused on the ball. So yeah, Elvis was, you know, elderly and coming to the end of his life, and yeah, so he had a little bit of a play, but most of the time I was just giving him secret treats. We decided not to put Elvis through surgery for the lump. At almost 15 years old, we want him to enjoy whatever time he has left. Trips to the beach it is. So yeah, again, this is not too long before Elvis passed away. I wonder if I'd stamped those upside down by mistake, or I don't know, it's a bit strange, isn't it? I've got 1 the right way and 3 upside down. So yeah, this was that same trip to the beach, the final trip to the beach that we took Elvis on. So yeah, bless him. Half and half page, teal coloured texture cardstock with this star pattern paper, and then a 6x8 piece of pattern paper going across the middle there. Enamel accents, puffies, blue simple stories foam alpha, corrugated tag with a little die cut piece for journaling, inked edges here. Baker's twine, some little clusters. I've got some clusters with wood hearts and a puffy, and a little die cut, and then wood hearts and a flare, and the same here. And I've stamped the boys' names here. Little puffy banner piece here and a bit of stamping. So this is Bud and this is Chester. The boys are early risers, but once they've had their breakfast, they return to bed to keep me company. Chester sometimes goes to his room, but today he stayed in our room. Yeah, Chester's a bit obsessed with our guest room. So, because they've both got health issues and neither of them are allowed to run up and downstairs, so we have got a baby gate, so they can't do that anymore. I don't get this anymore. I don't get my morning view of my doggies anymore because they have to stay downstairs. But yeah, they used to come up, and yeah, he was just really obsessed with it. He's still obsessed with the guest room now. whenever he comes upstairs, he tries to go in that direction. He loves it in there. I think maybe, I don't know, no idea why. The sun does come up that side. It is east facing, but yeah, I don't know. He's just obsessed with it. So this is a lovely pattern paper with these paper aeroplanes, isn't it? And I've got a banner piece here of the floral that I used on a previous page. Using up a little baggie here. Piece of pattern paper, and then this 4x6 portrait photo. I think this must have been a sketch or a scrap lift. It's very left centered, isn't it, with an extending title piece here with the Chamel foam alphas. I've cut a piece of that pattern paper out here and a flare piece, die cut pieces and puffies. Little smiley face sticker there, not sure where that would have come from. We left Bud and Chester at the parlour and took our fish and chips to Brading Down. Happy memories. So again, this was not too long after Elvis passed away, and it was the first time the two doggies went to the parlour after that. So yeah, we went up to Brading, which is where we used to have a property, and we just sat and reminisced again, I think, about Billy and Elvis. Floral pattern paper, another pattern paper laid over that, and this is one of those Simple Stories paper piece kits. I can't remember what they're called, but it's like a page kit or something, or paper kit, and you get all the elements that you need to sort of create a layout. And yeah, I think I used almost everything from that pack on this page. So I've got flare pieces added in, a cork piece here, wood heart, this is a little gift tag actually. A Rendale is the designer, and it's the Cavalier that she does. So although it's a gift tag, I've got quite a few and I use them on my layouts. Twine here, 4x4 square photo of Buddy, and this is his birthday. So he's 4, I've put the little 4 in the bottom there. This is his 4th birthday, and I've stamped Buddy across here, just across the line of the H there. And this is a wood banner piece that I've added in. So all these die cut pieces here are all from that kit. Not sure about the cluster here though. Little banner piece, some glasses, and another banner piece there. And yeah, and these, no, they would have come from that pack. I'm sure they would. And I have to say that whilst I've been doing this project, I've been sort of compiling my all-time favourite layouts. I think at the end of this project, I'm going to come on maybe and show you my 50 all-time favourite layouts, which I'm compiling in an album on my phone at the moment. And I can definitely tell you that this is in there. This is in there as one of my all-time favourite layouts, even though it does feature pink. I don't know, there's just something about this layout and the photo. I absolutely love it. So yeah, this is definitely in my top 50, and it's right at the top, you know, maybe top 5 even. So this is a pattern paper here. Lovely pattern paper with this red, with the white pattern going across there. And I'm not sure whether this would have been a sketch or something, so it's very sort of bottom right focused, isn't it, with this line of embellishments here. So 4x6 landscape photo of Chester with the LE Studio card here, a bit of stamping, die cut piece here. This is the Simple Stories foam alpha, little die cut piece with the number 9 on the top, and then I've got flare piece, die cut pieces, flare, and a wood birthday banner piece. And I've just said we now think that Chester is 9. When we got his vet records, his birthday is now on the 24th of June and not in July. It's still a guess. So yeah, when we first got him, we'd got these records that sort of suggested he was older than he was. And yeah, we then got more records that said that he was younger. And actually, in reality, we think that that is more correct. So at this time, he was not. We thought he was 9 rather than maybe like 11. So yeah, he has his birthday at the same time as Bud, really, within a day of each other. So this is a red texture cardstock, yellow texture cardstock, some 6x8 paper pieces again, and it's a Joseph layout. So yeah, this is a photo of the announcement. Oh, I've got it. I've written it here, haven't I? Oh, it's the Mayflower, isn't it? Because I was getting confused because I saw Palladium here, but it's the Palladium production. So this is the show that was at the Palladium 2019, 2021, and then it went on tour. So this is when I found out about the tour, I think. So yeah, I've got lots of clusters here, haven't I? So I've got badges, which are actual Joseph badges here, and then I've got flare pieces too. This is my Pharaoh stamp that I always use on my Joseph layouts, and my little theatre mask that I always use on my theatre layouts. I've done some gold ink splatter, hard candy pieces in places again, stars, so glitter wood stars and gem stars. This is from a just a sticker set that I had that was like, I don't know if it's that, is it the movie one? No, it's not the movie one. It must have been another one that I had that was theatre. I think it was theatre related actually, because it had theatre seats in it and everything. Puffy here, more of the title here, so secondary title here, and this is a Ellie Studio piece here, and this is Ellie Studio as well. And I've just said, I received the Mayflower brochure and Joseph is showing during my birthday week next year. The theatre gods are making it up to me after all my 2020 50th birthday plans got cancelled. Even my first 2020 show got cancelled, 2021 show got cancelled due to COVID. As an executive member, I can pre-book, so yeah. I found that, well, that tells you what I was thinking. So yeah, just really excited that Joseph was on tour and coming to the Mayflower. And I did see it on my birthday. I saw it more than once. I went to both shows on my birthday, and Mum had COVID, so she couldn't come down. So COVID affected my birthday again. Green and white spotted pattern paper off, and with this pattern paper laid on the top, offset. Filled sort of side or corner here with a Ellie Studio card, cork piece and a flare piece. 4x6 landscape photo of me and my parents. Chipboard alpha here. Flare pieces. Oh, so I've done a cluster, haven't I? I've done flare, cork, flare, cork, flare, cork, and a Ellie Studio card here. And this is stamping Oh Happy Day. This 2021 here, I had this in, I don't know if I've shown to you this already, but this was in my Bramble Fox little box here. I hadn't used it, and obviously we're in 2024 now, so I thought when I go through my 2021 layouts I'll find one and I'll attach that to it. And I thought this was quite appropriate because this was the first time that Mum and Dad came to visit after the COVID lockdowns and everything, so it's quite appropriate. And I've just said one of the most important places to go on Mum and Dad's post-COVID visit was to see the donkeys, of course. So this was at the Donkey Sanctuary. This was, yeah, a year before I started volunteering there. This is white texture cardstock with lots of gold ink splatter and lots of paw print stamping, and I scrap lifted Scrappy Cafe actually on this one. So I've used my inker to create these 4 circles using brown ink. I've added a paw print flare piece to each one, and then matching twine to each one, baker's twine, to create this kind of paw with the doily as the pad, the main pad. And then I've got this 4x4 square photo of Bod laid onto striped pattern paper with a bit of a die cut piece and stamping here. And then I've got these little pieces that say my dog is cute. So these are puffies and these are flat stickers. So body live. So I must have been watching a video. You know what? Why have I not done journaling? I haven't done any journaling on here to tell me the story. Definitely to do with, maybe I posted this photo or something of Buddy because he was helping me or with me whilst I was watching the video. And I've stamped a microphone and headphones there, and little bit of stamping viewing party and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm a bit cross with myself because I can't actually remember. I was definitely watching something and he was with me and I took the photo, but beyond that, I just can't recall, so that's very naughty. That's why journaling is very important. Black texture cardstock, lime green texture cardstock. I've chomped the corners of this, and I've used that Tim Holtz stencil again with white texture paste, and I think this was a sketch. Foam black alpha. I've cut myself some tags using my stencil, my templates, and I've created these florals with 2 wood pieces and a card candy, and I've inked up the little green, the little one there in green. So Project Life cards here. This 4x6 portrait photo of my husband and Chester hiding there in the plants. These banner pieces that say puppy, and I've stapled those on. I've obviously done that before I put it on the page because it's not stapled through. My staple wouldn't reach that far. 5 gem pieces there, and then and I've done again 3 florals here with I've inked them in black, and then I've added flare pieces, and I've done this lovely twining with the baker's twine, and it looks as I've tied to my journaling here. And I'll probably use the Project Life app for this. If Chester thinks I'm taking his ball away, he tries to hide from me. Today he made a dash for the flower bed. I was actually going to throw his ball. He's funny, he's still funny now. Pearl gem there and a bit of stamping. That's a fun layout. This was definitely some kind of scrap lift. White texture cardstock, lots of, maybe it was a circle themed challenge or something. So I've got 3 clusters. I've punched a circle and stamped a football onto it, and then I've used card candy in those areas. And then I've used my punch to punch out all these circles in red, white and blue, different sizes. And I've added washi tape to this one. And then we've got Bramble Fox pieces here, wood pieces, wood circles, flare pieces, yeah, buttons. I think it's got to be a circle challenge. A little Bramble Fox heart there. And I've got Buddy Love in that red puffy alpha. And then I've punched out the photos in the different size circles as well, and I've done faux stitching to emphasize those a little bit. So this is my husband with Buddy in all these photos, and I've just said here Euro 2020 all set for the football. So I think we're at home having our little football party at home. This is in July 2021. So yeah, it's a busy layout, isn't it? I do like it though. So this is a floral pattern paper with some banner pieces going across here, and this would have been, I'm sure, like a sketch or scrap lift. And then some layered pattern papers here. This 4x6 landscape photo of me and Mum with framed on green. We've got what have we got? We've got 3 little clusters here. So this yellow foam alpha, and then a little pieces from the alpha with card candy and a faceted gem in 3 areas. And I've got this die cut camera, which is a Sizzix die. These look like stickers or die cut pieces. Flare wood piece here and a wood teapot here, and then a couple of die cut pieces. And I've just said here, it poured with rain all day on Mum's birthday, but we got to go to Busy Bees. Oh yeah, it was a nightmare. We were trying to get, because we were just sort of, when was this? Well, it's Mum's birthday, so it's 21st of June 2021. We were coming out of, you know, COVID and everything, and it was pouring with rain. We tried to go to the pub and we couldn't get in at the pub. It was absolutely packed solid. So I think in the end we had to go home for lunch, but we must have gone to Busy Bees in the morning. I'm sure this was on that day. Banner piece with a staple, and I've done some doodling around the edge there, which may or may not have been part of the sketch. It's not something I do that often. This is a lovely pattern paper, isn't it? Lovely, I like it a lot. So it's black and white. So this looks as though we've got a cluster on the left and then the photo cluster here on the right. This would have been like a sketch or something. And I quite often like doing this kind of design, don't I? So this is unusual for me. So lots of paper layering, card layering here. 4x6 card here. Some flare pieces. I've used my star punch, haven't I? And I've got a Bramble Fox piece here and here. Flare pieces again, did I say that? Puff, I think that's a chipboard piece. Sometimes the little things are the big things. That's a die cut piece, and I've punched out the stars, done faux stitching and stamped a treadmill on there and put walk and shine bright on there. And this is a black glitter tag with black and white baker's twine, and this is that puffy alpha again, banner type that says glow. I've put glow there, stamped I believe in you and a little smiley face there. This 4x6 portrait photo is layered onto pattern paper and then blue textured cardstock. And I've just said, despite everything over the last couple of years, I've never wavered from my exercise plan. I just love it. I even glow after I've showered. Turns out that was the face cream that I was using. I'd got a different one to what I normally get. I just get like a one for sensitive skin. It's what I get from the doctors. But they'd stopped giving it to me on prescription, so I have to buy it myself now. And I just ordered the wrong one, and it was, I don't know, it just made my face shiny. I don't get that one anymore. I was glowing after my exercise as well though. Yellow textured cardstock, tracing paper. This is a tone on tone, isn't it? Definitely all yellow here and white. So a little filled corner with these lovely tile pieces here. I've added some, I think they're little pearl gems. And then I've used those enamel accents again in white. So these are 2 Ellie Studios 3x4 cards, 4x6 landscape photo of Chester layered onto yellow textured cardstock. A shade of yellow here, Ellie Studio stickers. Maybe we could play in the shade. And this is Simple Stories Yellow Foam Alpha. Tapping, isn't it? It must be what's underneath. And then 3 clusters here. So it's these that tap it. I've got game pieces here in yellow, and then a flare piece on each one. And then in this filled corner I've die cut a dog kennel and added some yellow baker's twine, and I've faux stitched around that in white and a little heart stamped on there. So yeah, this is, I do love a tone on tone or monochrome layout once in a while, and love particularly this bright one. So I haven't journaled on this again, but the title probably tells you it was really hot and Chester wanted to play. Obviously he's not allowed to play in the hot weather, so he's lying in the shade all hopeful there with his ball. This is the final one of this album. So blue texture cardstock, we get white texture cardstock, create a yellow cross in the middle here in the red. So I'm going with the red, white and blue again, like I did on the previous layout with Buddy, with all the circles. And I've done the same thing again. I've punched out all the circles and I have stamped football onto each one. And then I've cut out all these little pieces here and stamped a different word on each one. So shoot, score, goal, corner, free kick, penalties, scream, shout, agony, ecstasy. Got flare pieces here in the red, white, blue again. And then this is black, glitter, alphas, football crazy. Because I don't know, maybe I didn't have it in blue. And it matches the football, the colours of the football. And of course we've got our t-shirts on there supporting England at home. This was 2020. It was Euro 2020, but it was played. It was postponed, wasn't it? So I haven't put the date on again. The whole country went a bit football crazy during the Euros. It was very exciting as England progressed to the final, and a welcome relief from all things COVID. For the final, we had a barbecue and wore our t-shirts. Then I've stamped "Come on England" here. And yeah, there's nothing on the back, so yeah, I really need to add a date to that, because although it was Euro 2021 or Euro 2020, it was played in 2021, obviously due to the shutdowns and everything. So yeah, so that's all 28 layouts for the second album of 2021. 165 in total for the year. So I've got 3 more albums to go of 2021, and then we're finished, because after that all my layouts are on YouTube and they're already filed in the correct places. So I probably won't show you all those again. As I say, they're all on YouTube, but I might sort of do a little bit, some statistics for you. But yeah, once again, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.